Around 1 in 5 people in Britain live in social housing, and in today's tough climate, the waiting lists are growing. The vast majority of residents are good tenants, but a small minority cause problems for everyone else.
Yeah! You told the person to F off, and it's not their effing fence.
When things do go wrong, it's the job of the housing officers to represent the good tenants and sort out the bad.
He got very aggressive very quickly, very quiet. Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
The housing team are often at the sharp end, and in extreme cases, they have the power to evict.
Get up the doors, please.
To live near a tenancy where that kind of behaviour is going on must be an absolute nightmare.
One of the many problems on our streets today are kids causing antisocial behaviour. With some of these difficult children living in social housing, tackling antisocial behaviour is a high priority for the 1,300 housing associations in England and Wales. In Mosley, a small Pennine town, local tenants the Connolly family have been causing numerous problems on their estate. If things don't improve, single mum Janet Connolly and her 5 kids could lose their 4-bed housing association home.
Don't be stealing no more vodka.
Last night we came. If you say so.
The Connolly's door is always open, and Janet likes to party. But she often finds it hard to control her kids.
They smashed my house up, smacked me, I've had the police to them, I've had 2 of them arrested. You know, so I've had my work cut out.
Mum, you can't run to save your life, you shit.
I can't run in these. Stay away. I've brought 5 kids up on my own, done it for the last 10 years, since splitting with the dad. You know, you get married and have kids and you end up 3 pregnancies, 5 kids later.
Come here, gonna be TV.
28-year-old Sarah Chilton is the housing officer responsible for dealing with Janet Connolly and her 5 kids.
I've received complaints about the tenants' children being verbally abusive to other residents, running in and out of gardens, running over and round people's vehicles. And this is like an ongoing thing, really, from this property.
My kids, they've never wanted for nothing. You know, and all I get is, it's your fault, we did this, it's your fault, we did that. What, because I had a drink with my friends? Don't give you the rights to go shoplifting, do you know what I'm saying? It's all my fault.
This morning, Sarah is calling on the Connolly household to confront Janet with the latest stream of complaints. If Janet wants to keep her home, she will have to take them seriously.
What have I done?
Right. We'll start from the beginning with you.
Oh, God.
Right. Janet, do you want me to go through what we've got? And then you can tell me day by
I'll
day.
start with the 11th.
The 11th, right. We've got that they've been kicking footballs against residents' fencing. They've been asked to stop doing that. Jarrett apologised, walked away and said that's fine. Richard, however, has been heard to say, F off, it's not your effing fence, basically.
Right, on that score, if I can stop you there, I went straight out. You bring the ball in.
I know,
They
but
didn't
in
go
all
back
fairness,
out.
Janet, do you think it's reasonable for
No,
Richard
it's not fair.
at his age to be telling someone to F off?
No, it isn't.
Right.
And he was grounded for the full week for that.
Right. When people come and say they've been told to F off by a child, it gets people's backs up, as you can imagine.
Of course it
It'd
does.
get your back up, wouldn't it? Yeah? I mean,
Yeah.
is that acceptable to you? Would your kids say it to you? Would they tell you to F off?
Yeah.
The other incident is yourself and your visitors having a drink. Kids were kicking the ball against the fence, and that was about 9 o'clock at night. and there was an argument of some sort.
I did go a bit loud, but then that's my gob.
Some of the, when I've looked through the diary evidence from the previous files, some of them, you know, specifically relate to noise nuisance from this property, or they relate to your children causing antisocial behaviour around the estate.
I want you to away from me.
But you did swear, Richard. I was told it was you what swore.
I was from the land.
You told the person to F off, and it's not their effing fence. OK. Well, it might not be their fence, but it's New Charter's fence. So if any damage is caused to that fence, and we have witnesses to suggest that it was you that did that damage, then we would have to charge your mum. To tell someone to F off, well, it's not nice, is it, really?
It's damn right rude.
Remember that you're talking to an adult at the end of the day, and it isn't really acceptable to tell somebody to F off when all they've asked you to do is move away from the fence.
And that's what I've been saying to you for weeks. Respect goes a long way.
What I've got a problem with is that it's always this property that I have to come to, and I think a lot of the time it's because you allow everybody to come in here.
Yeah, and that was like Christmas,
I know.
that one.
But again, I'm not telling you who to have in your house. It's nothing to do with me. You know, this is your home and you can have whoever you want in here. The only time I have to get involved is...
Hello? No. No. Right. 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 Right, I've got Sarah here, yeah? And I'll call up, yeah?
It just was so obvious that she wasn't taking that seriously enough.
Yeah, no problem. All right, love.
To just answer the phone during an interview when it's getting this serious is beyond the joke, to be honest. And if she hadn't put it down at that point, I'd have told her, put the phone down, I'm talking to you about the roof over your head, basically. And it just doesn't seem to be a priority to some people. And, you know, I think over the years we've been more than reasonable with this tenant, and it's just not hitting home at all. I think we've done enough of the reasonable tenancy warnings, and we need to move on and do something a bit more serious.
In the city of Preston, like a growing number of areas in Britain, the social housing is now run by housing associations rather than the council. These associations are non-profit making. They plough their money back into refurbishment, rehousing and regeneration. The largest housing association in Preston has 6,000 homes. Only 60 properties come up for rent each week, and they get over 2,500 applications. Housing officer Julie Lyle is being called to an empty flat on the Grange estate, which is currently unlet.
We've had reports of dumping coming over the back of the communal area. You can see some of it's actually still strewn over the back. This property's nearly ready to let now, and obviously people will be coming round to view it, and it's not the best thing you want to see in your new back garden, that, you know, there's a pile of rubbish there. It's not what the people living here want to see either. It's not just the empty property. You've got another 3 residents in this block who can't be happy with looking out the back windows and seeing rubbish hill.
The last tenant had a dispute with the housing association and eventually left the property. He'd built a large unauthorised dog kennel in the back garden, which he was forced to remove. And Julie's just spotted something suspiciously familiar next door.
Just noticed in the next block there's a shed that's poking over the fence, so it's got to be quite tall. It's not as tall as up to the first floor, so we're just going to go and have a look in that block now. It is a dog structure. I think it's quite a large dog. Oh, God, that stinks. I'll put my head back there. It's downwind. It's actually a shed that's been converted to a dog kennel. It shouldn't be there. It's quite a large structure as it is. The smell coming from it's absolutely... Sorry, I nearly threw it.
The dogs are bullmastiffs, and nobody is cleaning up after them.
Sorry, that's horrible. Oh, God. Right, oh, I'm going to be sick. Sorry. I'm going to have my breakfast. This is my reason for not eating in the morning. Oh. These dogs look very familiar. They look like the next block on where we've just been to, the empty property there. They look like the dogs that used to live out back there in a very similar type structure. Just need to do a bit of investigating on that. Hi, it's Julie from Gateway. I could talk to you about the dogs out back.
They're not mine now.
Oh, they shouldn't be there though, they're going to have to go. I mean, it's your responsibility because it's in your garden.
Well, the point is I never put it there.
No, I know you didn't, but we'll need to...
for God's
Yeah.
Christ, I can't get sleep sometimes.
It's bothering you, is it, at
Noise,
night?
aye.
I'm going to write to everybody in the block saying that you've got 7 days to remove the dogs and remove the kennels, or we'll take legal action. Now, don't panic too much because you know they're not yours.
Nah.
Okay,
No problem, mate.
thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
If you went to go and look at a house and there was big massive dogs outside or big piles of fly tipping or, you know, every window on the estate's boarded, you wouldn't want to live there. They do say sometimes broken windows can breed, for want of a better word, they call it broken window syndrome. It does seem to attract more. I don't quite know why. I don't know if it's kids know they get away with it or people just aren't bothered and it's a mentality. I'm not sure, but it does, if you don't keep on top of it, it can become out of control.
In Mosley, Janet Connolly is still having problems controlling her children.
No, down.
Get off there, you fat ginger prick.
Oh, you're swearing again. Move. Richard!
If the behaviour of the Connollys and their visitors doesn't improve, they could lose their home.
I'll get you in a minute.
Ben, don't fight with a cigarette in your hand.
Oh, yeah.
I'm fighting with one hand. Yeah, the cigarette's in.
Do I
Put the fag down.
Well, then where's the hand coming?
You don't fight with a fag in your hand. Go on, Richard, get him! Get him, Richard!
You're the mallet.
Get him!
Go on, both of you, get him now!
It's not put me off living here because other people can't keep the business out of anybody else's business. So just carry on. Don't bother me. And it doesn't matter how much to try to get me out, I'm going nowhere.
Stop hitting me, Jabbert.
Move!
Man, get fuck off.
Janet's housing officer, Sarah Chilton, spends 90% of her time with just 5% of her tenants.
When we're dealing with these type of cases, we have to remember that it's a very small percentage of tenants that cause problems. So, for example, on my patch, I've got over 200 properties and only 7 open cases at the minute, one of which is Janet's. So the majority of tenants do comply with the tenancy conditions and live not in a normal way and don't cause any problems.
With a tenant like Janet who refuses to take her situation seriously, Sarah is forced to move her case to the next level. Many housing associations have their own tenancy enforcement team, who step in when tenants get out of hand. They work closely with in-house legal teams dealing with serious antisocial behaviour.
The most recent one.
Today, Sarah's meeting with Tenancy Enforcement Officer Alan Kibble.
It's always the same incidents: noise, nuisance, disturbance from herself, visitors, the kids. I think she needs some further action just to try and make it hit home a bit more.
Does she realise how serious it's getting?
Well, when I went to see her, was it last week? No, I don't think she's not taking any of it very seriously.
Tenants are often referred to Alan as a first step towards eviction.
I think today we're going to have to instill under the fact that it is now gone beyond warnings and it's likely to go to court action after this meeting today, unless she does take it seriously and starts to behave herself and be a reasonable tenant.
Do not let the dog out. I've just got to that stage now where I'm just gonna do what I'm doing, and if I get reported, I get reported, and there's nothing I can do. I'm not gonna spend the rest of my days in here watching me back. No way. Don't spray that. Sleech!
You clean, Captain.
After hearing the details of the case, Alan has decided to issue the Connollys with a tenancy caution.
First things first, can we turn your phones off? Because I don't want you answering 2 calls again during this.
My name's Alan Kibble and I work for the legal section at New Charter. I'm an enforcement officer. Now, I'm involved in this case now with Sarah because it's escalating to a point now where the previous work that Sarah's done with you, whether it be talking to you, working with your kids, doesn't seem to have had the desired effect. It's now got to the point where this is the first step towards legal action. This document is a caution document. It's issued by New Charter and it's issued to you, Janet, on unspecified dates between 23rd of May 2005 and the 10th of July 2008. You've been guilty of conduct which has caused alarm and nuisance and distress to others, and this conduct has involved in the past music, noise, abusive language, drinking in public areas, and this behaviour has also involved your children and other visitors. We haven't made this up. We haven't decided. These are complaints from residents.
If I walk round on my eyelashes, keep everybody away from my door, keep my kids in, then I can't go for a run, can I?
Everything that I've mentioned in there, you've now been cautioned for.
Yeah.
If there are any further incidents and we have to go to court to take any further action against you, whether it be an injunctive action, you know what an injunction is, whether we have to go for demotion of your tenancy, which means that you could have your rights taken away as an assured tenant, or in the, you know, the final scenario, which is nowhere where we want to go, but we have to go and seek possession of your property, repossession of your property because of your continued behaviour, all this will be introduced as evidence. All right. You've got to take on board everything that's happened in the past, and you've got to take on board that you can't now just behave yourself for 2 or 3 weeks and then think, oh well, it's all forgotten now, let's crack on, because it's not. You've got to maintain your behaviour in this tenancy to sustain it, to keep it. Understand?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Right, smashing. Hope I don't see you again, Janet, and I hope you don't take that the wrong way.
It's not nowhere near as bad as what people are making out to be. There's been worse shit gone on this estate than what I've done with a few liquor drinks and the kids running in and out. Realistically, I should just turn into a nun.
Do you think she's taking it on board?
I don't know. She denies a lot of it, doesn't she? She believes that she genuinely isn't a problem.
You know, you get your gut feeling, don't you? And
yeah.
I just feel that we'll be back. The bottom line is, realistically, we can and do deal with everything. Neighbours from hell to antisocial behaviour, threats of violence between tenants, criminality in our estates, drug dealing, sub-criminal activities.
Before working in housing, Alan was in the police for 30 years.
I retired from the police and I'd always said that I was going to do something else. And having been doing it for 6 years now, and I still look forward to coming in on a Monday morning and doing it, so I suppose you could say I've got to be enjoying it, really.
The tenancy enforcement team cover over 14,000 properties. Alan's been called to one of the estates on the edge of Ashton-under-Lyne.
There are pockets on this estate of the odd individual where there are problems, but a lot of work's been done on this estate over the years. In essence, it's quite a nice estate to live on this, with the odd occasions when things go wrong.
Alan has one difficult tenant who has ignored all previous warnings.
This is offending house here.
Repeated antisocial behaviour centred around this flat has turned this usually quiet estate upside down.
There's damage being caused at the property. There's some allegation that there's even stolen vehicles and the like coming here at the night, where people from inside the tenancy are driving them, have caused damage to other vehicles. There's a lot of drinking going on outside the premises and general antisocial behaviour, unruliness, which is causing the residents upset and distress. To have to live near a tenancy where that kind of behaviour is going on, that kind of activity is going on, it must be an absolute nightmare.
For the tenant in the upstairs flat, this sort of behaviour can make life a misery.
You come home not knowing what you were going to find if your flat had been burgled, or other people that you didn't know was, you know, in the vicinity watching you and worried about how your car's going to be, or wondering what's coming through your door. You don't know what's coming around the corner, really, to tell you the truth, what's next.
After numerous complaints, Alan is going to confront the tenant with the allegations. Because he has been uncooperative, Alan's taking backup.
Can you open the doors, please?
The tenant is facing court action that could lead to an injunction or even eviction.
I'll show you have you seen the damage at the back?
The damage.
I'll set fire to it and then just stood back watching brand new windows. It's our property. You can't just, you can't light a fire underneath the window and set fire to it and burn it. You know, it's a little bit reckless to say the least, isn't it?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 windows smashed.
Unusually, some of the windows have been smashed from the inside.
I mean, the thing is that state of mind, I won't put it past him to put his own windows through,
no.
To be honest.
Yeah. Well, all that glass is on the outside, isn't it, there?
Yeah.
We'll move on it as soon as we possibly can. So I'm seriously thinking that we'll have to do a property inspection inside the property and see exactly what the condition of it is. Who knows what we'll find in there, you know? Yeah, nothing would surprise me what we find in there.
In Preston, Julie is still trying to track down the owner of the bullmastiffs. She's calling the tenants in the block.
Oh, have you seen the size of the structure and the smell? Have you been out back recently? Yeah, it's not good, is it? They're not yours now. All right, thanks a lot. Bye-bye. What's wrong with them? Nothing. They smell lovely. Keep the dogs. I said to me, it smells a bit, and he went, oh, yeah, it does stink, doesn't it? Have you been out there recently? No, it's all right, it doesn't smell.
As an experienced housing officer, Julie is often on the front line for the association.
I've worked on this estate for roughly about 9 months, maybe. I don't find our job too dangerous. I don't think I've been in many what I would call dangerous situations. There's been a couple of incidents over the past few years, only a handful of incidents where I felt that things could possibly go slightly wrong or, you know, go a bad way.
In the hunt for the owner of the mastiffs, Julie is back at the flats.
I spoke to all the residents in the box and no one's claiming ownership, so I'm going to stick a calling card on the door, across the door, so I know if anyone's been in, to say that I want the owner to contact me within 24 to 48 hours urgently. This isn't an everyday occurrence, but then again, no day's the same.
It's been a week since Julie started looking for the mastiff's owner. And then he turns up.
Why are your dogs outside of this block? Why are your dogs outside of this block?
And it's her old tenant from next door.
You haven't been abandoned.
You've been abandoned.
I'm not a fucking knobhead. I don't
I'm not.
Your dogs get took right, and I won't let. If I see you on street, I won't let it fucking settle you.
Right, fine.
You trying to see?
No, not at all.
Hours? At least give me a fucking week.
Right, I've been trying to contact you for days to sort this out.
I've got a curve address. You've got it.
Right.
Council.
Right, well, when are you going to move them by?
Give me a week.
No, I can't give you a week. I can give you till weekend, till Friday.
Till Friday? What's 48 hours?
He's not the world's best to speak to at the best of times. He's got history. I'm going to go back to the office, speak to my manager and speak to the antisocial behaviour team as well, because although he's not a tenant anymore, he can't act like that and can't speak to us like that.
It's not often Julie has to deal with threatening behaviour.
He got very aggressive very quickly and very quiet. Sorry. Oh, I'm soft. Oh, God, sorry. Oh. I'll be right. No bollocks, he's probably come around his bloody 4 before. No, I know he's just a nasty piece of work. He was balling his fists at one point. He actually said, I know what car you drive as well. So... Oh, God, stop crying, woman.
The tenant from the corner flat is still causing Alan problems. And so he is taking the case to the Housing Association's lawyer, Paul Wilson.
10 minutes? Yeah, 5 minutes. Go for it. Right. There's drinking outside the property, police vehicles coming in the middle of the night. We've also got the tenant pile a load of wood against the wall of his shed, set fire to it, and then just stood back and watched it all burn down. There's 5 windows at the moment currently smashed, 2 which are boarded up. I've got a list there from repairs into sort of like the regularity. All in all, it's a bit of a Fagan's den with everything that's going on. Over to you, really. What do you think?
On the face of that, depending on what else you can get from the neighbours, I would certainly be looking injunction, possibly possession, possibly demotion, something like the whole range.
Yeah, the whole range.
I think that's probably the way forward on it.
The tenant's home is now seriously under threat.
The worst case scenario in this case, I would say for him, is eviction, to give the tenant some respite from the behaviour that's going on there, and also protect our property as well, because if he's going to do that, you know, it's not something that we can just sit back and let people do without taking action.
The following day, the case takes a dramatic turn. It stops Alan's investigation in its tracks.
The tenant's son has arrived at the property this afternoon and has actually found his father apparently dead in the front room. The police are investigating it and they're not too sure of the cause of death, so obviously at this moment in time it's a crime scene. But it's a sad state of affairs, really. We're in the hands entirely of the police to deal with the situation. We were expecting to have to take, you know, strong action against this tenant for all the reasons of his uncooperativeness, the fact that he'd set fire to property, he'd committed an arson, and all this was ongoing. In fact, you know, for the last 24 hours I've been interviewing lots of people in the area, taking witness statements and getting all those ready for our solicitors to take legal action. And there's a complete line been drawn under that now because this has happened. So it's case closed.
The time has come again.
It's Sunday and it's lunchtime at the Connollys.
Roast beef, Yorkshire pudding.
Despite some minor complaints about the Connolly boys, the continual warnings seem to be slowly sinking in.
Well, get off your ass and get one. It's been pretty awkward, really. I feel like I've got to just watch every move I make in case somebody doesn't like what I do and I get reported again. So, basically like watching your back 24/7.
Oh, it's raining again.
Yeah, but... Things have changed.
Yeah, they have.
In a big way, things have changed since I got that tenancy caution. But not like we've done anything wrong in the first place. Not nothing to shout home about anyway.
Well, no.
And there's more noise made out there now, and we don't have a drink here, than there was when I did have a drink. Thank you, Jarrett.
Get this on film. He never ever does nothing. I want this recording.
With a tenancy caution hanging over them, the Connollys will have to continue improving their behaviour, or at least not get caught.
You know, I've gone other places and had a drink. It's just I've had to smuggle the beer there.
Although the Connolly house seems a little calmer these days, 2 streets away another tenant is disturbing the peace. Sarah is on her way to see the neighbour who made the complaint.
It's absolute chaos. I can't get no sleep. No. Even if I come in here, I mean, their front room is next to my bedroom.
Yeah.
So they may as well be in that bedroom with me.
Right, okay.
Even if I come in here, I can still hear it.
It was loud music?
Very loud, bang, bang, bang. This Friday night, early Saturday morning, was a prime example at 2:30. I was still wide awake because of all the music, and there was a group of lads walked past and said, "Please, now listen to that."
Right.
And there's a group of lads walking past saying that. I just think I feel sat in here listening to it.
Yeah.
It just seemed to get louder and louder and louder.
Right.
And that was right through the night, that.
Right, okay. Right, okay, then we'll leave it with us.
Okay.
Next door, Paul Boardman is a heavy metal music fan.
About that, though, yeah, it's about that all the time, but you know, so everyone can talk over it. It's definitely not blasting. Don't have it any louder than that, really. I would say that was overly loud, though, really. I'd say that was average.
Mr Boardman, it's
Yeah, that's
Sarah from
correct.
New Charter.
Hello.
Did you get my letter Sarah's coming back today?
Yeah, I did.
That is quite a lot of equipment to have in such a small room, isn't it, really? The complaints that we're getting, though, aren't just a couple. It's that loud that it's actually waking them up. And it's actually causing them quite a few problems at work and things like that, where they're having to take time off due to tiredness and things like that.
Okay.
So it is actually having quite an effect on people's quality of life,
Yeah.
To be waking people in the night and things like that, it's not really acceptable to be doing that,
Yeah. I didn't actually realise that was a bedroom next door.
Right.
I only found that out very, very recently.
Right. So we can agree today that you'll make sure that you control the noise levels from the property, make sure that they're
definitely.
reasonable, yeah?
I do love my stereo. I listen to it every day. It's on all the time, 24/7 really, so... Yeah, I'll just do my best in future, that's all I can promise really. Not much else I can do, so... That's it.
In Preston, housing officer Julie Lyle has heard some good news about the mastiffs next to her empty flat.
We've come into the back of the block and the pen and the dogs that were there have gone. That structure was, you know, quite tall, it was a proper structure, not just a little kennel. It shouldn't have been out the back of a block and it shouldn't have been that close to a property. And it shouldn't have been near full stop. The other thing is we don't actually know where he's moved the dogs or the structure to. We will have to keep our eyes out in the next few weeks because the size of that structure and the size of the dogs, he has to have taken them somewhere.
Julie's original call about illegal fly tipping next door is also being sorted.
Oh, there's a dead rat there. I'm not looking.
With the garden clear and next door's giant kennel gone, Julie's flat can now be made ready for a new tenant, hopefully without any dogs. Alan is back at the flat on the corner plot. The police are handing the property back to the housing association.
Up until 1 o'clock this afternoon, this was a crime scene, a potential crime scene. It has now been established he did die of natural causes. It'll be very unsettling for the neighbours. I mean, the fact that there's been a police investigation here, people are always unsettled when they see tape up and they know that there's a scene. People will say to us afterwards, you know, it's a terrible thing and it's really upset us on the close, and it takes time for people to settle down. Some occasions more than others, because if a tenant is genuinely liked by everybody, then it's even more upsetting than somebody else who other residents are perhaps not that keen on and, you know, would like not to be living there anymore.
The tenant's family have been given time to collect any last possessions they want to keep. And only now the building team are allowed in.
Well, first coming here, obviously you can see it's quite full of gear as it is. Now we'll be looking at about a 99% clear out done.
With a waiting list of more than 8,000, the pressure is now on to re-let the flat to a new tenant.
It's not too bad once it's cleared out. Obviously we've got a blank canvas now.
This flat is getting new doors, new central heating and new windows. In Mosley, housing officer Sarah Chilton has been working with the Connolly kids to try and improve their behaviour. They've been taking part in an innovative new project created by the Housing Association to turn around problem kids.
Dream scheme is like a youth reward scheme, and the way it works is like they'll do some sort of community event that'll turn into points, and then points mount up to trips like bowling or the cinema or something.
When they sign up, the kids agreed to apply by a code of conduct.
So they will not engage in fighting, drink alcohol, smoke, take drugs, vandalise property, bully anyone, swear, make racist remarks or argue or backchat. I would hope that by being involved in this shows them that if they put a bit of good work in and they behave well, they'll get the reward.
Today, the Connolly boys are taking part in a gardening activity. The aim is to keep the kids out of trouble and get them interacting in a positive way with the older tenants on the estate.
Mrs Moran would like a tub if someone wants to do one.
Can I do one? I like autumn colours. What's your name?
Jarrett.
Jarrett, autumn colours, please.
Autumn colours. What are autumn colours, do you know?
Like vibrant colours. Vibrant, that's the word I was looking for.
So use some of the reds and the yellows.
Well, then you get some on. Come on. I don't want no gloves on. Come on.
Even Janet's been roped in to help.
What?
There's only one per tub. That's too many because I've got...
Jarrett, just take it.
Apart from helping the kids, it's a good chance to brighten up the estate.
Oh, is that my thing you want? Yeah. Shall we go and put it back in corner? Because the others died. Right. I love it, me, because I get a nice garden.
It's just showing the other half of the estate that the kids are doing something positive and they're doing something good with the time, rather than what used to happen is they might nick the garden ornaments, for example, you know what I mean? So it's just showing them that they are trying to get involved in positive things and they're actually really good at it once they get into it.
We planted some plants and we went and knocked on other people's doors and asked to see if they wanted these on the doorsteps or what have you.
Oh, that's one of ours.
It's not. We'll see at the end and put them back.
An afternoon of gardening has brought a bit of peace to the estate, and the Connolly boys have behaved, for today at least.
They are decent kids deep down. I know they get into a bit of trouble now and again, but they actually do want to come and help and get involved, so it's nice, really.
It's been a good day, but only time will tell whether the family can really improve. It looks like the Connollys will be keeping their home, at least for the time being. 7 weeks after Alan's tenant passed away, a new one is being shown around.
Quite a big space, really, isn't it? Yeah. The previous tenant in the property actually passed away, unfortunately. In the property.
Don't give me too much information.
OK. Well, I just want to make you aware of what the situation was.
The new resident is moving from a house to this ground floor flat for health reasons.
No, it doesn't look much at the minute, but once you've got your furniture in and, you know, your decoration done and everything, the lights are on, be pretty well smart.
And 2 weeks later, the tenant has finished her renovations.
Right, this is the bedroom, and this is the lounge. This is the biggest room, and this doubles as dining room as well. It was really dark and dismal, in need of TLC, and we've given it that, and look at the transformation. Beautiful, although I say so myself.
But for one housing officer, the case isn't quite over. Julie has been called by neighbours to a flat with a strong smell coming from the letterbox.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's a pungent odour that is all too familiar.
To see what might be the cause of the smell. It's another mastiff. I'm going home.
And Neighbourhood Watch continues next Tuesday at 10:35 here on BBC One Scotland. A chilling view of teenage life in a modern reworking of Shakespeare's Othello next here on BBC One Scotland in O.